Hey Cancer, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your July tarot reading. We're going to be getting a thorough forecast starting with the very first part of the month, moving on to the middle and then to the very end. And at the very end of this reading, I'll have tarot advice for you for each section. So make sure you stick around. If you'd like for me to pray for you, send you my good wishes, say hi in the comment section so that I can see you and I can focus that energy someplace, you know? And I encourage everybody else to join in too. This is a safe place and a positive place for everyone. Everyone is welcome. Let's get right into it, you guys. Of course, only take it if it resonates, and if it does, hit that like button. It means a lot. Thank you. All right, Cancers, beginning of the month, we have Knight of Wands. This is taking bold action. Now, this is either your energy or somebody else's. Usually, the wands represent fire, so this could be another individual. Let's get a little bit more out on them. Knight of Wands. Who's this Knight of Wands? What's this Hangman? Somebody is too slow. They're taking their time. And it's in fact it feels like it's come to a halt. Whether this is a job or a relationship for you, somebody is moving forward with bold action and being the leader in the situation because nothing's happening on the other end. Okay? Now, there could be a slew of reasons why this Knight of Pentacles is moving so slowly. It could be that they're just strategizing. It could have fear attached to it, reservations attached to it. Let's get a little bit of insight on the Knight of Pentacles. I know you want to know. Okay, we've got the Two of Pentacles upside down. So I think that it's an instability. It's like a difficulty managing, seeing the vision and the path forward. If you look at this Knight of Pentacles, you know, they're on the slowest horse of all the knights. So they're already slow because they're usually busy strategizing, trying to be careful and be smart about it, right? Looking for the potholes before they twist an ankle. But in this case, they've come to a complete stop. And it's because they're having a hard time balancing things, because they're having a hard time seeing the pathway in the first place. So that's like kind of poetic to a way to put it, but it's really just like, this Knight of Wands is like, screw this, I'm pushing this forward. Okay, so that's the very beginning of this month. Can I get some insight on the Knight of Wands? Five of Swords is flipping out, which is a little bit of conflict. And flying out. Oh, we have the Lovers in reverse, and then we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Let me take a look at this. This has an energy of forcing something forward. The feeling of, if I work hard enough, I'm just going to make it work. I'm just going to make it work. There's a little frustration and there's a little confusion, kind of like, what the heck is going on attached to this feeling. But either way, if you stand back from this, it's the same meaning that there's an imbalance here, okay? So let's... And imbalances aren't necessarily, I want to say this, imbalances aren't necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes we have to get unbalanced in order to find the right place, in order to find the right fit, the right direction, to find the right person, the right job. We have to feel the sensation, the discomfort of imbalance. So this is a very important part of your month. Make sure to stick around to the end because we're going to get some insight on that. All right, let's use another deck for our second part of the month. This is right in the middle here. And of course, I always say it, but we only take the cards that volunteer. We don't force anything, okay? Middle part of the month, the tarot wants to say something to you. We've got them flying out real easily. There's success here. Wow, okay. So there was a sense of being locked out. Now, this could be, the energy is the same, but your scenarios are all different. So you'll hear me throughout the reading, relay it interpret it as a career reading, or what if it was a relationship, so that it helps you guys out in deciding whether this is something that resonates for you. So we have victory. We've got the Six of Wands. This is like, yes, it paid off. I'm coming through here. We have stability, the Four of Wands, okay? We even have, that can sometimes mean celebrations, being invited to like a wedding or something. And there's some reflecting and gratitude about all this right in the middle of the month. We have the Five of Pentacles. This is talking about scarcity, okay? So in a relationship, this would be feeling a sense of rejection or pushed out, misunderstood or not heard. Or ignored, okay? So that kind of reflects some insight on the very first part of the month. I want some clarity on the Five of Pentacles for my Cancers. We're finally getting messages, flow. This could be travel for some of you guys. And if this is a career reading, this is a sense of scarcity, lack, not enough money in your bank account. You are having huge victory in the middle of the month. Congratulations. Whatever you're doing does pay off. But then we have this interesting, introspective, quiet energy around it, which feels responsible. It feels like, you know what, I'm not going to celebrate for too long because this could happen again. Or I don't want to dwell too much in the victory of this because I need to get on, I need to be realistic and get on with it. What else is around the corner? There's almost a cautionary. And there is this Six of Swords. So this is a relationship. This whole thing works out for you by the middle of the month, but it's almost a cautionary tale for yourself in the future. And there's healing that is taking place with the Six of Swords. And you're not doing that healing alone. This could be with other individuals or another individual, even these tarot readings that you're watching. But what I like about the energy in the middle of the month for you Cancers is there's a realisticness. I know I'm saying that wrong and my brain's not working. More coffee. But there is a practicality about it. It's like, if this happened once, it can happen again, okay? So let's not rest on our laurels too long. Okay, so fresh deck. Let's get to the end of the reading, okay? End of the month. We still have all that advice to give. So end of the month. For our Cancers, what can they anticipate for the end of the month in July? For our Cancers, end of the month. We have Four of Swords again. This is your second. Let's talk about Four of Swords a little bit more, okay? You're going to be really balancing your head and your heart throughout July, okay? You're going to be strategizing. Flipping but not flying, we've got the Moon. A very interesting energy. Flying out, we have the Lovers. I'm sorry, I'm checking the decks. I'm like, these are all flying out upside down. The deck's upright. Okay, so I'm reading them upside down. Okay. At the end of the month, there's a part of you who you're going to want to bookmark this video and check this later. You're going to be observing. You're going to be in your past a little bit. You're going to be observing how it ties into your present. You're going to be observing from the outside a fresh perspective of a pattern that has not been serving you. And we've got the King of Cups up here, but they're in reverse. So this could be your energy or somebody else. This is a situation that has turned somebody who, when they're in their right mind and when they're balanced properly, can be very empathic, can be very intuitive and compassionate and emotionally evolved. In this case, there is imbalance at the end of the month. It comes back around. Now, I cannot tell so far in the tarot reading if this is just all the reflection of the imbalance. So kind of looking back at it in the past, it does feel like that, but you're gaining a perspective from looking at all of this. And what you're seeing is that this thing here, whether it's career related or relationship related, is not evolving in your favor to feed you in the best way you need to be fed. And there's a pattern here. It's happened before. Okay? So what I'm seeing here, Knight of Swords. Who's this Knight of Swords? Could be an air sign or intuition. Emperor and Five of Swords. This is intuition playing a role in saying, you gotta take control of this. You gotta get control of this pattern here. And so what we're seeing in the month of July is things aren't going somebody's way in the beginning. Not hearing a response, no text message back, no email, whatever. And then this energy, this Knight of Wands, whether it's you or somebody else, don't mean to point, sorry, don't you hate that? Whether it's you or somebody else, is gonna force it through, right? They can work hard enough. You know what? If I just work hard enough, I can outwork anybody here. You know, I can make this happen, okay? In the middle of the month, it feels like, it's all paying off, victory, but there is that sense of a cautionary tale that this could happen again. Well, that's because it has before and before and before. It's like pushing something through, and then it looks like there's a reward, and then, damn it, things catch up again. So I'd like to get advice, wouldn't you? Let's get a new deck for you. My Cancers, I'm a fellow water sign, you guys. You're my sisters and brothers. And what always works in your favor when things flow, it's because you're listening to intuition. And I'll tell you what, at the very end of the month, you have a couple of intuition cards, and they're linked to the Emperor. They're linked to this Aries energy, taking frickin' control, communication. The Five of Swords, yep, making sure. The Five of Swords is about driving right through the conflict, right through any discomfort, and with communication. And the Knight of Swords is not playing around. So somebody's coming through, listening to their intuition, and like, fuck this. Everything feels imbalanced. We've got the Temperance, which is usually really great. It's all about alchemy and transformation and balance, but balance is really needed. By the end of the month, things are kind of imbalanced, totally imbalanced. I'm not going to say kind of. And so you're seeing everything really clearly. And you've had a couple of readings that have talked about seeing things really clearly in the last couple of months. All right, so clarity. Let's get some advice. Please advice for Cancers at the beginning of the month when some energy, this Knight of Wands, is trying to drive this through and have success just by outworking the situation. Make sure that they're upright. Yes. 3 cards flew out. They are something coming unhidden. Something coming unhidden. All right. The moon is upside down. You're going to be able to see by the light of the moon. It's going to be bright enough to see every little thing, nook and cranny. There's a huge judgment card. You're working towards something much bigger here. With the King of Cups, that's you, my babies. But King of Cups is upside down at the end of the month, right? So this is saying, have faith that, one, your natural tools to cope, your natural tools to communicate are enough. If things aren't flowing, have faith that there's a bigger picture. There is something being revealed to you in the month of July. That's really important. And the thing is it's been there the whole goddamn time. Excuse my language. It's been there the whole time. But you're going to be able to see it. And how? With the whole month. The cycle. This month is hitting a whole cycle. Beginning, you're kind of ending up at the end of the month in a different place, but similar to where you were in the beginning of the month. So it's almost like Tarot is saying for your advice. At the beginning of the month, just look, just watch, be aware, and stay in tune with yourself, and have faith that this is all going towards something actually really positive with the Judgment card. There's something here. Okay. I feel like I'd like to ask about that Judgment card because that's huge resurrection. That's huge life change and positive change, but it needs to change. So what about that? All right. This is like drive into the eye of the storm, baby. It's happening. But I know this is an eye roller, but let yourself feel the feels. Let yourself, the feelings are going to reveal. They're the moonlight. They're going to reveal the nooks and crannies and all the little creatures hiding in their burrows. And it's time for you to see it. Middle of the month with all this victory, the six of wands, the 4 of wands, a sense of stability, a sense of celebration and healing. What is this? The Hermit. On top of the Hermit. This is for perspective, and it's to gain intuition. Like you're starting to see, intuition is this solid trail. It's a line, it's a thread through this entire month. It's all like here. It's solid and it's reliable and it's this nice low frequency hum. Think about your root chakra, right? 432 hertz. What is it? 436? 432 hertz. Listen to those frequencies. I guarantee you, that's where the bass notes reside. That's where we calm down. We get back into our bodies. We can feel the anxiety slipping away. 432 hertz frequency. Type it into YouTube. There's beautiful music with that humming right through. This is going to help you through the entire month because you are between your head and your heart throughout the whole month. Advice for the middle of the month for our Cancers. You may not be getting the messages that you're anticipating. It might be the cause of happiness. It's like you have this expectation, I think, for a message to come through. You keep waiting for in the middle of the month. And you're coming out of anxiety because somehow you're released. You're feeling back to yourselves, back to your old selves. The 9 of Pentacles is like, I just need that reminder. I can make myself happy. I know all the things and all to do and all the things to say to get back into a right place, to honor myself. And it's a really interesting energy. Anything else? Advice? Yes. So you are in your most abundant place when you are tapping in to what you're building on your own. I know, who wants to hear that, right? Keep working on you. But this is like, not just that, it's keep on working on your independence. Let me break it down. Here's some examples. Let's say there's a project, a passion project that you're working to move forward, but it's been a while since you picked it up. This is the time. Let's say you've been thinking about making an investment, but you haven't made the last moves or consulted with those people that are very important to consult with in order to move it forward. This is the month, okay? This is all about investing in yourself and investing in something that's just a seed that could grow really large. So whatever that is in your life, because, and that's what's getting you out of any kind of false anxieties and stuff. So that is beautiful. And that's where you're having your success, and that's where you're having your healing. Not waiting around for somebody else to create it for you. One more shuffle, and let's talk about the end of this month, where things all of a sudden just feel kind of thrown out of balance, okay? But you've got the one card, this intuition card. This is all about you observing, almost like as if you're stepping out of your life. What is going on? This is a disharmony in a partnership, okay? This is feeling not chosen or realizing you can't choose this person. Wow. Yeah. You've made a huge investment. You've got all these cards upside down. So we've got our 8 of Pentacles, which was that hard work card that we were getting at the very beginning. We've got it upside down. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. We've got that upside down, and we've got the Sun. So putting more work into this, you're realizing is actually not the answer. You can't force it through. No matter how good your intentions, no matter how good your work ethic is, no matter how much you believe in this relationship or collaboration, what it's doing is it's gnawing at you as the King of Cups. It's turning you upside down. It's turning you out of balance. So while in the middle of the month you're getting healing, something happens where you're reflecting on the fact that there's still some imbalance at the end of the month, which is beautiful because only then can you break the pattern. Only then Can you free yourself? So this is tarot saying, are you happy? Has the work actually worked out? I mean, you could put pen to paper if you needed to in the material realm and say, these were my actions. What came of it? It's like a pros and cons list, but like what I did, what came of it. When you see it, you may actually end up with a king. What happened was this came of it. The King of Cups upside down, being out of sorts. Your compassion, your empathy, your emotional maturity, not being finely tuned, not being on point. And it's because this collaboration is not working for whatever reason. And I'm not one to say choose sides, but you've certainly put in the work. You've reflected on this spiritually, mentally. You've been there in person. You've been there spiritually. It's like, could you do any more? No, it's starting now to corrode you. It's starting to be corrosive to your spirit and to the person that you take pride in being. So it's a huge place of reflection. It's a bit of a roller coaster, but it's really good because remember that Judgment card? It's all building up to that change. Okay, you guys. I love you. I hope this finds you doing good, doing okay, having a good day. Whatever you may be doing, shopping, going to the bathroom. I know there's some of you doing that. In your kitchens, cooking, cleaning the house, driving. Take good care, and I'll have your next readings out soon.